This video will show you how to create a single colour vinyl sticker using our PixMax vinyl cutter. First, consider the type of vinyl you want to use. There are two types, self-adhesive or heat transfer vinyl. Self-adhesive vinyl can be stuck to hard surfaces like walls, cars, windows or similar. Heat transfer vinyl, or HTV, is for applying to material like a tote bag, cushion or a t-shirt. For self-adhesive vinyl, the vinyl has a protective backing. When loading it into the machine, place the vinyl side facing up. This way, the cutter will cut the top layer of the vinyl, not the backing layer, as you can see here. For heat transfer vinyl, HTV, there's a shiny, clear protective layer on top of the vinyl. This layer protects the vinyl during cutting. When loading the HTV into your machine, place its shiny side down. This means the clear, glossy side should face the cutting mat or platform, while the dull vinyl side faces up for cutting. The cutter will cut the vinyl from the back, not through the shiny protective layer. Because of this, your design needs to be mirrored or flipped in the software before cutting. Don't worry, we'll remind you of this step later. Create your design in your preferred software. We recommend Canva as it is simple to use. Watch our Canva video if you want to learn how to get started. Keep your design simple. Vinyl cutters work best with line-based images called vectors, so basic block shapes or silhouettes like these are ideal. Solid, bold text is much easier for the vinyl cutter to handle than thin, script or scroll style fonts. You can create multicoloured vinyl images, but we'll show you a one-colour design to start with. When you are happy with your design, download it from Canva, and if you are using the Fab Lab computers, save it into the download folder. Save your file as either a PNG, JPEG or a TIFF file. Next, you'll need to convert your file into a vector image, typically in SVG format. Vinyl cutters require SVG files because they follow geometrical lines, not pixels. We recommend using Inkscape, a free and open source program, to easily convert your design into an SVG. Open Inkscape on any of the Fab Lab computers. Go to File. Go to Open to find and open your saved image in Inkscape. If you're making a heat transfer vinyl design for fabric, now is the time to mirror or flip your image. Make sure to do this step before cutting. On a Mac, the flip image icon looks like this. On a PC, the flip image looks slightly different, but it is in the same location in Inkscape. Select this icon and your image will be flipped horizontally. Now select Path. Then select Trace Bitmap. The Trace Bitmap screen will appear to the right-hand side of the screen. For a single colour vinyl, which we are creating here, select Single Scan, then Auto Trace from the drop-down menu. Select OK if you are using a Mac, or if you are using a PC, select Apply. It won't be immediately obvious that your SVG file has been created. To check if your SVG has been created, click and drag your image. If you see two images, one moving and the other staying in place, your SVG has been successfully created. Click the X on the Trace Bitmap screen to close it. Now you need to resave your design, this time as an SVG. Go to File, then Save As. Name your file something simple so it is easy to find. Transfer your saved SVG file to the Fab Lab laptop. You can do this by saving it onto a USB flash drive. Safely remove the flash drive from the iMac. We now need to use the Fab Lab laptop as this is the assigned machine for the vinyl cutter. Make sure the vinyl cutter is plugged in and switched on. Plug the vinyl cutter into the Fab Lab laptop via USB, making sure to use the correctly indicated USB port as shown. It must be plugged into the correct USB port to work. Plug in your USB drive with your design on it. Open the SignCut software on the laptop. Select File, then Open to open your design in SignCut. When your image is open, adjust the dimensions in the boxes under the title Image to the size you want your final vinyl sticker dimensions to be. If you want your sticker to be, say, 28 centimeters wide, type 28 centimeters in the box width, and the other measurements should automatically change according to the image size. The cutter section indicates the size of the vinyl material you are working with. This must be larger than the image size you are cutting, otherwise the software will automatically generate multiple tiles, which are shown by the lines on the screen. The tiles window is for large designs that do not fit onto one sheet of vinyl. If your design fits onto one piece of vinyl, simply set the tiles measurements to match the cutter size measurements. Now load your chosen vinyl into the vinyl cutter. If you are using heat transfer vinyl, there is a shiny protective film on the front. This should be facing down, otherwise the cutter will cut the protective front film rather than the actual vinyl. If you are using self-adhesive vinyl, this has a protective backing, so the coloured surface and often shiny side should be facing up. This means the blade is cutting the front vinyl rather than the protective backing. You will see 3 clips at the back of the vinyl cutter. These can be moved and adjusted to the size of your vinyl. If you are using a small piece of vinyl, you will only need to use 2 clips. Slide any unused clips out of the way. Make sure not to position any of the clips over the centre section area where there are no metal rollers. Position your vinyl so that the very bottom corner lines up with the red light dot, allowing for a small margin. With the vinyl in place, distance the clips equally and lower the clips down to secure your vinyl. Now select the speed and pressure for your chosen vinyl, using the arrows on the vinyl cutter screen. Self-adhesive vinyl speed should be set to 140 millimeters per second, and the pressure should be set to 60 grams. Heat transfer vinyl speed should be set to 140 millimeters per second, and the pressure should be set to 80 grams. With your vinyl in place and settings all correct, press the reset button on the vinyl cutter to prevent errors. Now you are ready to cut. Select Cut Out from the SignCut screen and a menu will appear. From here you can include or remove a weeding frame, which will cut a square or rectangle around each image design to make weeding easier. You can also cut multiple copies or animate a test cut to see a preview of the course of the cutter. For the final cut, select Cut Out and the vinyl cutter will begin cutting. If there are any problems with the cut, immediately press the reset button for the machine to stop the cut. If further problems occur, for an immediate stop, switch off the machine at the side switch to prevent any damage. To remove your finished vinyl, gently lift the clips at the rear of the cutter to release the vinyl. Using a vinyl picker tool, remove the parts of the vinyl design that you do not wish to keep. Once all unwanted vinyl is removed, you should be left with your vinyl design attached to either the backing for self-adhesive vinyl or for heat transfer vinyl, the vinyl design is still attached to the front protective layer. You will need a plastic contact sheet to stick to the front of your vinyl design before you attach the vinyl to your desired surface. Make sure the contact sheet is bigger than your sticker. Remove the backing of the contact sheet and stick it over the front of your self-adhesive vinyl design. The contact sheet stops any separate parts of your self-adhesive vinyl sticker being separated and makes it easier to position on the surface. When you are ready to stick your vinyl to your chosen surface, Now remove the protective backing from your vinyl sticker. Press the contact sheet to ensure your design is stuck down well to the surface, and then carefully remove the contact sheet to finish. Now let's look at heat transfer vinyl. Once all the unwanted vinyl is removed from the cut design, the front of your design is still adhered to the sticky protective plastic sheet. Do not remove the protective front plastic film. This is now ready to stick to your required fabric surface. Position your vinyl design onto your fabric surface and, using the heat press, permanently attach your vinyl to the fabric. Follow the instructions for the heat press provided for a permanent vinyl design.